Okay, so right beside me is ang pinaka-roadster ni Royal Enfield. This is the Guerrilla 450. And for today's episode, let's review this motorcycle. My height is 5'6" with a 30-inch inseam. And ganito ang itsura sa Guerrilla 450. Now, medyo tiptoe ako on both ends. Pero flat foot on one end with onting or minimal adjustments. Now, para sa sitting position, it's more upright. Pero as you can see here, medyo mataas yung kanyang foot pegs. Now, for the handlebars, very upright pa rin naman yung katawan. Pagdating sa mga lean, ang saya gamitin. Now, something dito, medyo mabigat siya. So, may challenge sa paglagay sa center stand. Medyo mabigat siya. And then, nakakatakot yung tunog kapag nag-deploy o natatanggal yung center stand. Tingnan nyo. Parang may pumuputok. Let's talk about specs. Para sa kanyang makina, this has a 452cc single-cylinder dual overhead cam, liquid-cooled engine, and then meron siyang 6-speed na gearbox. And then meron siyang slip and assist clutch. Ang kanyang suspension para sa harap, meron siyang telescopic fork na 43mm. At para naman sa likod na suspension, meron siyang 140mm na preload adjustable monoshock. Yung kanyang chassis is steel tubular and then stress member yung makina. Para sa kanyang gulong, 17 inches harap at likod. Sa harap, it is 120/70 and then radial. Tapos sa likod naman is 160/60, 17 inches, radial din, parehong tubeless. Para sa brakes, it has 310mm na 2-pot Vibre actually mounted brake caliper. Sa likod naman may 270mm na single-pot brake caliper. Dual channel ABS pero walang traction control. Para sa kanyang ilaw, lahat na is LED, modernized Royal Enfield. So para sa kanyang swing arm, hindi basta-basta na straight edge na swing arm. May curve dito. So beefy yung kanyang itsura. And pag zoom out natin, yung wheelbase ng motor na to is actually long. Kaya very stable to sa straight roads. Pakita natin yung brake light. Okay, para sa kanyang taillight, it's already integrated. So magkasama yung taillight tsaka yung turn signals. So pag hinazard ko siya, nasa inner side ng ilaw yung indicators ng turn signals or yung hazard. Tapos kapag nagpreno ka, patayin ko muna. Nandun na rin. Okay, pag-usapan natin yung kanyang controls. Para sa left side, you have your home button, your high beam and low beam switch, and passing light. Ganyan. You have your turn signals, your horn, and then your directional button para makontrol yung TFT display. Para sa right side, you have your integrated kill switch and starter, your menu button, tas dito sa harapan is your hazard switch. And para sa ilalim ng upuan, ito ang itsura niya. So, nandito yung battery mo, yung fuse, yung ABS module, and then other electricals na nandito. So, majority ng storage na sa ilalim ng seat. Nandito yung papers, and then tools sa bandang harapan. The way yung gulong na ginamit dito is a Seat Grip XL, rad steel. So, tubeless na to. And then as you can see, dual sport yan. Also like na in-include na nila yung fender extension para sa harapan, para hindi matalsikan ng putik lagi yung makina mo. But I think there's an option para matanggal mo yan. But I think it's nice there. So this is your foot peg. It is foldable. And makikita nyo matindi yung last na gumamit kasi nakaskas niya na yung guide. Going back, yung lower foot pedal para sa brakes, makikita nyo nagagasgas dito kasi yung hook connecting the brakes is scratching over the body ng lever or ng pedal. So yan, pag naapakan, nakakaskas siya, gumagalaw-galaw. So one of the strong suits ni Royal Enfield is kung gaano kaganda yung paint job nila. You can see here, ganda ng pagkakapaint ng blue. Ayan o, nagre-reflect lang siya sa araw. And then, metallic din yung white. So meron siyang metallic flakes all over. Pero more on white siya, hindi siya pearly. But, you know, parang may metallic flakes siya. Para sa akin, this is one of the most good-looking bikes out there na kahit wala ka nang gawin, out of the dealership, ang ganda niya na kagad. Including the tail. Parang nagmamatch talaga, hindi mo na kailangan ng tail delete or tail fender delete. Ang ganda na kagad, oh. Para sa yung display panel, this is your full color 4-inch TFT display na may analog style na tachometer, yung fuel indicator, gear indicator, side stand indicator, speedometer, and as well as may time, may ambient temperature, tapos yung auto reading mo, and also may phone connectivity. So sa loob ng settings, you can adjust the appearance, trip preference, my vehicle, system information, favorites. So ang trip po natin, meron tayong 29 kilometers na tinakbo. Indicated din dito kung gaano ka nakatagal nagra-ride. So meron dito 1 hour and 3 minutes. And ayan yung fuel range mo. Fuel consumption, kailangan tumatakbo ka para makita to. Voltage ng battery, which is good. Service overdue, ayan, kailangan nang i-change oil. Engine temperature, meron din. Dahil liquid cooled, ito. Okay, so welcome to the ride review ng Royal Enfield Guerrilla 450. Para sa kanyang makina, this is the Sherpa engine na dinevelop ni Royal Enfield, which is already liquid cooled, tapos may 6-speed na gearbox. But what I like is ni-retain nila yung capabilities and yung smoothness ng gearbox throughout. So from first gear to 6th gear, smooth ang pasok niyan. In terms of performance, yung throttle nito is ride-by-wire. So smooth din and very linear naman din yung input. Now what I've noticed is merong assist ito para sa first gear and second gear. So pakita ko sa inyo. Medyo tayo. So first gear, makikita nyo magre-rev up yan. Ayan o. Wala akong input. Nagpo-provide siya ng assistance para hindi ka mag-stall. Now, even though ride-by-wire to, wala siyang quick shifter. Pero ang question is, pwede kaya ka mag-clutchless shift dito sa motor na to? So, try natin once na makaluwag-luwag. Pwede! Pwede! Ayan o. Oo. Pwede. Kala ko hindi pwede pag ride-by-wire eh. So, goods pa rin yun. Okay, so finding neutral, easy. I think this is a beginner-friendly motorcycle. Bukod sa displacement size niya, and then the capabilities na pinoprovide niya, I mean the performance, it can be a good learner bike, also a good leisure bike. Kasi even though at nasa 450 displacement siya, very stable ito, and it feels very planted. But at the same time, pwede pa rin mag-provide ng performance. So marami siyang hatak. Ayun o. Now for the suspension, it is just right. Yung pagka-firm niya para sa akin is just right, especially for city use. Hindi siya sobrang lambot, so sakto siya kasi matorque yung makina niya. At kapag nagpo-pull ako ng matindi sa throttle, hindi siya yung super rock palikod, it's just right. Pati pag preno ng hard, hindi siya magdi-dip forward to the sense na parang mag-bottom out yung suspension. Itong Guerrilla 450, ang saya gamitin. It can provide a lot of torque pero not to the point na parang malulula ka. Also, as you can see sa display, nag-adjust siya automatically. Nakaset siya automatically to adjust to the lighting conditions. So kung maaraw, magiging puti yan, and then kapag madilim, tulad nito, magba-black siya. So it remains visible at most of the time. Para sa use nito, I can feel a lot of vibration happening, lalo na pag grinip ko yung tank. Kasi syempre, single cylinder to, tapos parang iengganyo kanyang pigain yung throttle. And in terms of flickability, ang dali i-flick nitong motor na to. Now for braking, ayan, there's lots of grip para dun sa likod. And para sa harap, of course, there's lots as well. Even though isa lang yung kanyang disc brake, goods na goods pa rin para sa balancing ng performance ng makina nito. Ang saya lang gamitin, panalo tong motor na to. I can say this is one of my favorite pagdating sa Royal Enfield. Sana lang talaga i-update nila yung Interceptor kasi yun yung favorite ko dati. Ngayon I think nababago na. I like the Guerrilla 450 more. Minus the sound, the engine sound. In terms of ergonomics, like I said earlier, it has a very Street Fighter feel to the point na naka-bend yung tuhod ko and as well as yung ankle ko. So it provides a very sporty feel, pero the upper part naman ng body is upright. So hindi ako naka-lean forward gaano. So it can be comfortable, I can say, para sa mga longer rides. And then, ang kailangan mo lang i-balance off is kapag high speeds na, is yung engine vibration. And which can be controlled naman, basta nasa right speeds ka lang, hindi ka naman babad sa mataas na RPM, you can prevent the vibrations. Now at higher speeds, dahil mas mahaba ang wheelbase nito, and even though mas mabigat siya, that's the benefit of it. Kasi it can feel very stable. And ayan, saya lang, 100 plus and very stable ang pakiramdam. So to summarize, para sa kanyang performance, it feels very balanced. Yung kanyang suspension, it's firm. Yung kanyang ergonomics, it feels balanced as well. And I think the keyword for this bike is balance, yet you can still have fun. Ako na kahit na kapag try na ako ng 1200cc's, 900cc, 1000, I still find the joy of riding these lower displacements kasi you can ring out these bikes without very intimidating power, but you feel very fast on it. Yet, in a way na safe pa rin yung speed na pinoprovide niya. Again, do not mind the spec sheet. Huwag mo titingnan yon. It's better you try these bikes yourself. Now, dahil liquid cooled ito, hindi siya mainit kahit stop and go traffic. Now, for sa side mirrors pala, medyo maliit siya. Pero the height and the amount of visibility that it provides is sufficient. Medyo feeling ko lang ang liit ng ano niya. Tapos, kapag nag-filtering ka through traffic, katapat niya yung mga side mirror ng mga usual na kotse. Mga Avanza, tulad itong Raze na to. Makita nyo na pantay siya doon sa height. So, alalay na lang pag nagla-lane filter ka. And the size alone is good para sa akin. It doesn't feel like a 400. Medyo feeling ko parang 600 tong gamit ko. Na it's not over compensating for anything. It's just in the right size. Ang ganda ng design ng tank. Very premium feeling yung switches. And even overall, kahit nakababa ka na sa motor, ang ganda tingnan ng motor na to. Ano ba ito? Kanina ko pa nakita to. Hindi ko alam kung ano to. Fidget toy. So nakakuha tayo ng mga tanong from Facebook or other social medias, starting with Miss Maria Luisa, asking if goods ba to for beginners. Well, actually, ito ang pinakamagaan na motor ni Royal Enfield, and as well as meron siyang approachable na seat height. Bukod doon, meron siyang mga features which assist the beginner rider. Katulad ng pinakita ko kanina, kung saan yung clutch, meron siyang assist ng throttle, so hindi ka mamamatayan basta-basta. And tinanong niya na rin yung price range para sa Guerrilla 450. Merong tatlong variants itong Guerrilla 450, starting with the analog, sa dash, at saka yung flash. May pinapatanong din si Sir Suguro Gieto, in comparison ng Guerrilla 450 compared sa KTM, sa Dominar. I think they're fairly the same in terms of vibration kasi lahat naman yung single cylinder. But in terms of stability, since mas mabigat to ng onte at saka yung mas mahaba yung wheelbase niya, it feels more stable lalo na at high speeds. Kasi nung comparison sa Vitpile na trinay ko earlier this year, pag mabilis na yung speed ko doon, feeling ko parang nagwawabble na and unstable na. Ito, kahit anong bilis ko dito, I feel very planted and stable. Ano yung pakiramdam as a passenger ng Guerrilla 450?
Malapad naman yung upuan. Pero yung paa ko nanginginig.
Manginig talaga, no? Kasi single seater.
Ako din yung layo sa helmet.
Hindi ka naman ngalay yung pagkatupi ng tuhod mo?
Hindi. Manginig lang talaga.
Portida, ano pa tayo? Low RPM pa tayo.
Oo nga, no?
Hindi mo takarurot. Okay, thank you for your input. Para sa fuel consumption, nakabiyahe ako ng 61 kilometers in total. Nagpagas ako at meron akong pinagas na 2.7 liters. So in computation, ang fuel consumption niya is 22.59 kilometers per liter. Meron din tanong dito si Miss Pau, okay ba for female or short riders? Okay, so tip 2, it's yung factors na mabigat nga yung Guerrilla 450, you might need to reconsider this kung ito yung gusto mong unang big bike. Thank you, Mystery Rider. Okay, so nakita nyo naman, abot ng 5 foot flat ang Guerrilla 450, but you need to reconsider the weight of this bike. So, kung gusto mo i-try it yourself, this upcoming weekend, merong inorganize si Makina o si Sir Zach sa Bridgetown, sa Pasig, na test ride nitong Guerrilla 450. itong unit na to mismo. And if you want to try out other Royal Enfield motorcycles, you can also test it out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is the end of the episode. If you have any questions para sa Guerrilla 450, please feel free to comment down below. If you like this episode, please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel as well para updated kayo sa mga motorcycle news. Again, this is Leo. As always, ride safe and see you on the road.
Taka yo no taka.